I'm rich. For one day out of the month, I'm rich. Now, this test that I'm showing you today, is it going to be exactly like your test? No, it's not. Y'all think I'm that stupid? My test pull from a log of questions, a pool of questions. If you get the same exact test that we're doing, that's going to be you're going to be very lucky. But usually it will randomize, it will pull up different type problems, and it will put it in different orders. So the chances of you getting the same test as I'm showing you today are very slim. But there is that possibility. I'm going to ask Ms. Callahan, which one are you solving for? 5x. All right, she solved for 5x. 5x plus 4y is equal to 7. 5x is equal to 7 minus 4y plus 7. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. And x is equal to negative 4/5 y plus 7/5. Is that what you got? All right. So she's got x is equal to that. So what are we going to do with that x? Plug it in for what? X into the other equation. So 3 parentheses minus 2y is equal to 13. And I'm going to plug in this right here. I'm going to plug it in right there. Negative 4/5 y plus 7/5. And that's going to give us 3 times 4 is what? Negative 12/5 y plus 21/5 minus 2y is equal to 13. I distributed the root. Now I'm going to put the two y's together. Negative 12/5 y minus 2y and equals 13 minus 21/5. All I did was put the two x's together and brought the 21/5 over here. All I did.
You have to, you're dividing, wait, aren't you dividing 5 by 4? Isn't the 4 what's...
Bring this over. And that becomes a negative 4y. And then you divide by 5. Yes, that's what she solved for. I asked Ms. Callahan. Now you may have done something different. And you can. That's fine. We'll come out with the same answers. So this right here, I'm going to take that to another board. And we're going to solve it. And you can go through and multiply by 5. That's what I'm going to do, because I don't like to fool with fractions. So I'm going to multiply by 5. And that's going to give me negative 12y minus what? 10y is equal to, what is that, 65? Somebody help me out there. 65 minus what? 21? Negative 10, 12 minus 10 is negative 22y is equal to 65 minus 21 is 44. 44. And then divide by negative 22. I usually don't like to divide by negative, but that's the way it came out. Y is equal to what? Negative 2. And when you get y is equal to negative 2, you take that back to the original. It doesn't matter which one you plug it in. You plug it into this one, you plug it into this one. It doesn't matter. You plug it into the original. Y is equal to negative 2. I'll plug it into the 5x plus 4y is equal to 7. 5x plus 4y is equal to 7. 5x plus 4y is equal to 7. And y is equal to negative 2. So take that y is equal to negative 2 and plug it in. 5x plus 4 times negative 2 is equal to 7. 5x minus 8 is equal to 7. Take the 8 across the river. 5x is equal to 15. X is equal to what? 3. So our final answer is 3, comma, negative 2. And that should be your answer. So we go back to our handy dandy test and type in 3 and negative 2. And next question. All right, look at that one. What do you think I'm going to do before I even start the problem? Or the starting, what do you think I'm going to do to start the problem? Clear the what? Clear the fraction. Unless you just like punishment. And to get rid of the fraction, I'm going to multiply through by what? 14 over 1. And what's 14 divided by 2? 7 times 5? So that 35 is going to be in front of the parentheses. 35 times x minus 1 greater than or equal to. And what's 14 divided by 7? 2 times 2x is 4x. And 14 times 5 is 60? Was it 70? Yeah, you're right, 70. Sorry about that. I'm just making sure y'all wait. Okay. And distribute the 35, you get 35x minus 35 is greater than or equal to 4x minus 70. And at this point, am I going to move the 4x or am I going to move the 35x? The 4x, because it's what? Smallest. Take it across the river, and that's going to give us 29x or 31x minus 35 is greater than or equal to negative 70. $31x is greater than or equal to negative 70 plus what? And that's going to be 31x is greater than 35, negative 35. So what's your final answer? X is greater than or equal to what? Over 31.
The parentheses stay unchanged. The parentheses aren't affected by the multiplication.
Block of ice. Parentheses are like a block of ice. You can't touch what's inside until you break it up with ice. And the distributive law does that. What kind of circle goes on negative 35 over 31? Or parentheses or brackets, whichever one you want to use. So in this case, they're using parentheses and brackets on the number line. So what does it get? So that one's wrong. And that one's wrong. Because it has parentheses. Which one of the bracket ones, A or D, is showing you the numbers more than negative 35, 31st, or whatever? D. D is your answer. Because this one is less than. Include. Brackets and closed circles. So your answer should be D. Did I not answer? Oh, I didn't answer the question. X is greater than or equal to dang old negative 35 over 31. Which branch? I don't want y'all to miss that one. All right, there's a nerd.
What branch?
I don't know. It's on the handouts. Marines.
Jeez.
It's on the handouts. That's not my call.
This way. This way.
What?
The branch. Does the branch go that way?
No. What branch of the military was I in? There you go.
Oh, that's a test question?
Yes. the department, I don't know about your other, let me ask y'all this. Has your other classes been putting syllabi or handout information on tests? Okay, well, our department is doing that, so that's why I asked. That way we can say that y'all have read the handout for the syllabi. I hope the other math teachers are doing it, because I'm doing it.
What's all wrong now?
Hmm?
We're doing that problem now.
Yep. And to get you started, what am I going to multiply through by to clear everything? I'm going to multiply by 9. (27x) plus 45 is less than negative 4x plus 27. Which x am I going to move? Negative 4x, and that'll give me 31x plus 45 is less than 27. And 45 becomes what? Take it across the river. Negative 45 to 31x is less than, what is 27 minus 45? Negative 18. And x is less than negative 18 over 31. So x is less than negative 18 over 31. Now, what are we going to use on the number line? Closed circle, parentheses or brackets? Parentheses, so the bracket is wrong and the bracket is wrong. So that means it's either C or D. Which one shows numbers that are less than negative 1/2? Because that's pretty much what it is, close to it. Which one? C. D shows you more than. So that's wrong. So it's C. Next question. When is the last day of class for this semester? You sure? Well, the other three are not possible. So, well, one of them is possible. How is homework and test and exam weighed? This is the second most missed question. A. Why is it the second most missed question? Because people put 30, 30, 30. And why is that not a possible answer?
Does tests are more than equal?
Because it doesn't equal what? It doesn't equal 100. Yes, people get it wrong. When is the week of finals? It's only one possible answer. Okay, it's not supposed to do this. It's supposed to mix them up. But evidently, since I'm taking the test, it's not doing that. It's supposed to mix them up. Why does Hubert not entertain extra points, extra credit, or dropping any grades during the final weeks of the semester? What? B is in Bravo?
Yeah.
Only one possible answer.
Awards me 2 extra, he awards me extra points for these types of questions. Okay.
And he drops the lowest 2 grades on each unit test. There's only one possible answer. All right, elimination. Miss Foster, you're going to have to go into computer graphics by the time you get through with college, because she is going to be so together with a computer that she's going to have to go into computer graphics. Huh? I didn't say that. I said you will be. No, I didn't. I said technigeek. I did not call you a nerd. I called you a technigeek. Somebody tell me what the first thing I'm going to do before. What's the first thing I'm going to do with this problem? Put it in order. It's not in order. It's all messed up. The one that's in order is 8x plus 2y is equal to 4. That one's in order. The other one is not in order. So I'm going to put it in order. 3x minus b plus what? 6y is equal to what? 6. Now I'm going to pull rank here. Which one do you think I'm going to get rid of? Which variable do you think I'm going to get rid of? Y. Why am I going to get rid of y? It's smaller numbers, and you only have to multiply by one number to get the y's to go out. You have to multiply by 2 numbers and a negative to get the 8 and the 3 to go out. So I'm going to pick the y because I'm going to multiply the top by what? What kind of 3? A negative 3. So multiply the top by negative 3, and what will that do? It'll cancel out the y's. So negative 3 times 8x is negative 24x.
Why is it multiplied by a negative 3?
Negative 3 times 2y, hold on. And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Now, why did I multiply by that negative 3? Go back. Let's go over the stuff that you memorized from your notes. Okay? What do you look for with elimination? Same one. Different signs and the same what? Coefficients. I'm glad all of you memorized that from the notes. That shows me that you are going over your notes every day when you leave here. All of you remembered that because you all said it at the same time. Right, Ms. Foster?
I thought these
Be
specific.
quiet. All right. So, do I have any coefficients that are the same here? Are they the same? No. Do I have any opposite signs? No. So I've got to make it happen. If I want these two to cancel, I've got to multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by 8. That's 2 numbers. I don't want to do that because that's too much work. If I want these to cancel, I've got to make this into a 6. What do I need to do to this whole equation to make this into a 6? Multiply by 3. But that's not going to help me because I got to have opposite signs, because you remember my notes that I gave you. -6, +6. So how do I make a 2 into a -6?
Oh, I get it, you need to eliminate the 6.
I multiply through by -3. I thought I went over this in my notes. Evidently I didn't, because y'all didn't memorize them or learn them. And I should have done a video on it, but I guess I didn't do that either. What is 3 minus 24? Minus 21x. What is 6 minus 6? Goes out. And what is 6 minus 12? Divide by -21. Divide by -21. And x is equal to 6 over 21. Now what am I going to do with that with that 6 over 21? Back substitute, plug it back in. And since I've got x is equal to a number, I'm going to plug it into the first one because x is by itself. So 3 times 6 over 21. Okay, 3 be 2 over 7. Two over 7. Is equal to 6 minus 6y. And that's 6 over 7 is equal to 6 minus 6y. And bring this over, and that's going to be minus 42 over 7. Minus 36 over, no, it's minus 42 over 7, isn't it? Minus 42 over 7. And 6 minus 42 is 36. That's what you were thinking of. That'd be minus 36 over 7 is equal to -6y. Divide by -6. Divide by -6 over 1, which is equal to multiplying by 1 over what? 6, negative. And the 6's cancel. And negative times a negative is a positive, so we get 6/7. So our final answer is 2/7, comma, 6/7. Check my math. See what y'all come out with. Two sevenths, parentheses, 2/7, comma, comma, 6/7. Is that what y'all got? That's what I heard. Does that mean yes or no? Okay, I heard 2 or 3 yeses, so that means that y'all came out with the same numbers. What?
I think I'm stupid with elimination.
No, you're not stupid. How many homework problems have you done in elimination? How many?
Don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Well, you need to go back and do some more. because evidently you haven't done them, because you asked, the first question you asked tells me that you haven't done too many of them. The first thing you should look for when you're doing elimination is you should look for same coefficients. Don't have any. Opposite signs. Don't have any. So you got to think, I got to get rid of one of them. These two don't work because you got to multiply. You can multiply this by 8, multiply this by -3, and you get the x's to cancel. I'm not going to do that because that's more work. I'm going to multiply this by -3 because that'll give me a -6. That's the first two things you should be asking yourself when you do elimination. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. You're not going to get mathematics by osmosis. You don't get science by osmosis. The only way you learn how to do math and science is to do the problems over and over and over. That's it. Just like playing a piano. If you've ever played a musical instrument, unless you were born with the gift of Beethoven, you're not going to sit at a piano and play Beethoven's Fifth for the first time perfect. You've got to practice. And you're not going to be able to do it unless you practice. Next one. This one says use what? Any method you want. Which method do you think I'm going to use? Why? Because it's already done for you. All you got to do is plug it in. And when you distribute the 3 times 4y plus 2, what do you get? 12y plus what? 6 plus 5y is equal to 7. And what's 12y plus 5y? Minus 6. Y is equal to what? Y is equal to 1 over 17. Now take that and plug it back in, and I'm going to plug it into this one because it's already solved. X is equal to 4 times 1 over 17 plus 2. And that's going to be X is equal to 4 over 17 plus 34 over 17. And what's 34 plus 4? 38 over 17. So my answer is 38 over 17, comma, 1 over 17. So X is 38 over 17, and Y is 1 over 17. Solve the following equation. I'll write it bigger. Can't see it. X minus 7/8 is equal to 4x plus 1/2. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Get rid of the bracket. Multiply through by what? 8. And what will that give us? Good. And which X am I going to move? The 8. Across the river it becomes a minus 8x. 4 across the river becomes a minus 4. I get a negative 11. 32 minus 8 is what? What? 24x divided by 24. And x is equal to negative 11/24. Where is all of Hubert's homework and test done? Good job. Will Hubert's final exam be online? Solve systems of equations. I told you there was going to be a lot of that on there. Because in business, you do find a lot of intersections. It doesn't matter which one you pick, it's going to be about the same level of difficulty. I'm going to divide it through by 4. And that gives me x is equal to, what is this, 3 halves? Negative 3 halves y plus what? Plus 4. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it in for x. Two times negative 3 halves y plus 4 equals 5y minus 8. And what happens to the 2's? You get negative 3y. And 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to bring 3y over. That becomes 8y. I'm going to bring the 8 over. That becomes 16. What do you get? Y is equal to 2. Back substitute. Negative 3 halves times 2 plus 4. The 2's cancel. What's negative 3 plus 4? I get 1 comma 2. Next question. Here's one by graphing. And I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to do that one. 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. And 5x plus y is equal to 8. Which method of graphing you think I'm going to use on this problem? Anybody have a clue? Huh? No, what form of graphing? In other words, you got the chart plot method, which is finding x and y's. You got your intercept method, which is finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept. And then you got point and your slope and y-intercept, which is the third method. Which method do you think I'm going to use? The intercept method. Why? Because x and y are not what? By themselves. Or y is not by itself. So I'm going to use the intercept method, which is method 2. And that will save you a lot of time, because you don't have to solve for y. So 2, negative 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. And let me just write them down, and I'm going to put them on another page. 5x plus y is equal to 8. So let me copy and put on a white page. There we go. And I'm going to take that. No, you won't have to do it. Nope. All right, so there is my two problems. And first thing I'm going to do is draw my big set right here and x-intercept. I think I showed y'all this. And y-intercept.
Yeah,
0.
that is L1, L2.
No, I didn't show y'all how to do it on the calculator. Showed y'all how to do it on the board. I think I did. 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. Negative 2x minus y is equal to negative 2. I think I remember telling y'all to do this, and I told you to put the y right up under this, and that goes to 0, so you get negative 2x is equal to negative 2, and x is equal to what? 1. And here, you plug in 0 for x, that goes out, you get negative y is equal to negative 2, and y is equal to what? 2. So there's your 2 points there. And over here, x-intercept, 0 for y. Y-intercept, 0 for x. 5x plus y is equal to 8. The y term goes out. 5x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8/5. 5x plus y is equal to 8. That goes in there, takes out the x term, you're left with what? So our x-intercepts for this line is 1 and 0, 0 and 2. The x-intercepts for this line is 1 and 3/5 and 0 and 8. So we need to write that down. 1 comma 0. That's your x-intercept. Y-intercept is 0 comma 2. And then here, my x-intercept is 8/5, 0. And my y-intercept is 0 comma 8. So let me copy those down. And copy. Go back to our problem. Paste. And there's my points. So the first point is, sorry. My first point is 1, 0. That's 1 and 0 is right there, right? Yeah. And my second point, did I plot 2 points already? Hold on. Let me, yeah, I did. Yeah. All right. First point is 1 and 0, right there.
Right there.
Try it again. It's not letting me do it. What?
Yeah.
The first time you touch it has to be on one
Okay. There. And the second one is 0, 2. All right, so there's one line. The next line, is it going to let me? I guess it will. 8/5 and 0. So that's 1 and what? 1 and 3/5. So there's 1 and it's going to be hard to do. 1 and 3/5. I don't know how you're going to be able to maximize. One and 3/5. I don't know how you're gonna get, huh? I don't know how you're gonna be able to do that. And what's my other one? 0 and what? 0 and 8. Huh. See right there. And where do they cross? Somewhere in here, which is 1 and 3/5 and -1 and 3/5. It looks like I don't think you're gonna be able to do that. I think they're just gonna make you graph it.
Is this one of the problems on section 1?
I don't know where it came out of. Let's see, system. So it's. I have no idea what that point is, unless it gives it to you. Hold on. Maximize. Unless it gives it to you. Hold on a minute. This thing's in the way. You can't even get on that point. I don't know how you're going to do that, people. I really don't, unless you do elimination. I don't know, because you can't get on that point. I don't know how you're going to do that. Well, mine's not 2 -2. So I must have done something wrong. Did I not get it correct? Check my, let's check here. Alright, plug in 0 for Y, you get +1, right? Plug in 0 for X, you get +2. Well, that one's right. Plug in 0 for Y, you get 8/5. Plug in 0 for X, you get 8. I must have graphed something wrong then. Let me go back and look at the graph again. One and 0. 0, 2. 8/5. See, that's what I don't understand. How are you going to get 8/5? Because this won't let you do 8/5.
There's also, the Y is 8, right?
Yeah. 8/5.
I caught up. I had to
That's 2.5. I don't want 2.5. I want. See?
You do have the right index,
Well, it's not right by this thing. See, I still get that area right in here. So, somebody tell me what you get when you intersect them. What's the answer that you get? Okay, I'm gonna put what y'all put. I still don't think something's quirky about that thing. I don't see how you're gonna be able to get it when it won't let you do it, unless I'm missing something. 2, -2. I'll be lenient on that question if y'all have a problem with it. Okay, try that one. Solve the system graphically. Use your calculator if necessary. Because why am I going to use a calculator on this one? Because both of them are solved for what? Y. So it's easy to put in the calculator. So I'm going to pull up calculator, because this one I would say do on the calculator. So in the top left hand corner of your calculator, above the orange button or the yellow button, type in y is equal to 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, and then y sub 2 is going to be negative 8x minus 33, and hit graph, and there's the two graphs, and I'm going to hit second function, trace, and type intersect number 5. And first curve is right there. Second curve, make sure it's on the second one. Yep, it is. And give an estimate. Move it to where you think the intersection is, and hit enter. And I get an intersection of -3 and -9. So go ahead and try to do that on your calculator. Yes, sir. Probably, what do you mean plot 2 points?
Like 2 lines at the same time.
Probably, does it go to stat and make sure all your stat plots are off? That's usually the problem, unless you type something in wrong. Are all of them off?
Like, when you do the equal thing,
Mm-hmm.
like the equal sign should be shaded in, but mine are not. Like, I never get one of them to be shaded in.
thing you did was Google it.
I did.
What did it say?
We just have to send them the date.
And it still won't work. I've never seen one just grab one line. I'll be honest with you. And I've been dealing with calculators for I don't know how long. I've never seen one do that. You've turned something off or on. That sign there. Sign there. And just wait a minute, see if I can do it to you. Sign there. It's graphing the second function. It's not graphing the first function.
I did already send them in.
It's graphing your second function for some reason.
These are the equals. Then, but, they're not.
Because I want to do one at one time. It's doing something. I can't tell you what it's doing. You're going to have to go to settings somehow on the mode. Something is turned off simultaneous. You've got something turned off. Go into settings and see if you can, or mode. You've got something turned off. That's why I've set simultaneous. Keep playing with it, but I think you're going to have to Google it or something. You're going to have to find it because, or contact TI, because you've got something turned on that I've never seen before. I didn't even know it did that. Negative. When you find out, let me know, because I'd like to turn it off and on and just do 1 and 2. All right, negative. What was mine?
3 and 9.
Okay, 3 and 9. Negative 3 and 9. Next question. Okay, I'm not going to do any more of these. We've done all these. I just want to make sure we get anything else. What are the coordinates at the point of intersection? I've already done that. I mean, we've already done one of those. When does the homework terminate? It should be midnight before the test starts, but I gave y'all a couple extra days. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? B. Does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam? No way, no how. Create a linear model. In other words, find an equation for this problem. We did one of these in class. Find an equation. Just write that problem down because we don't have much test. We don't have much time. Y is equal to mx plus b. They want you to find the slope and find the what? Find the equation. Write those down and you can practice it. Or you could just click on this, copy the table to Excel and copy it over to Excel, and you can do it in there real quick. And go to, let's see, insert, graphs, charts, whatever, and do a line graph, or play with it. You can do it whatever you want to. I don't. It should do. Well, it does pretty much a straight line. That orange line is pretty much a straight line. So you should be able to pick 2 points and be able to get, or I showed you how to do it where? On the calculator, go in and actually put it in list, put your points in, and it will give you your slope and y-intercept. So take your handy dandy calculator, go to, is it list? Second what? Number 1, stat, yeah, thank you. And go to L1. You should be able to edit. I'm sorry, I must have skipped it. Why won't it let you edit?
Stat edit.
It's stat edit. There we go. Stat edit. There we go. And type in, that's the one we did, I believe, 2, 12, 14, 16, 20, or 18, 20, and 22. And then the next set is 7, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and 21. And then once you get them all in, go to Stat, Calculate, and Linear Regression right there. And it's going to automatically pick up L1 and L2. And there it is. So y is equal to 0.7 x plus 4.22. So you go type that in. Y is equal to 0.7. It says round to what? 3 decimal places. So that's going to be 0.707 x, 0.707 x plus or minus, what is it? Plus 4.217 plus 4.217. Next question. Determine if the order pair of the solution, in other words, plug in 1 and negative 1, plug in those numbers, and is it a solution? It'll come out equal. If it's not a solution, it will come out not equal. 24, solve by substitution. And 25, what is my email and cell number? Well, I changed my cell number. I got to give you that too, but it's that one right there. And you hit submit test. And we made a 78, and we skipped about 6 questions. Okay? And that's how you do it. Go to results, review test, and you can print out the test there. All right, y'all get out of here. Have a good day.